Thank you, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. It is a great honor and an immense privilege for me to be here today, hosted by your prestigious organization, the Heritage Foundation, which I truly believe to be the pillar of constructive thinking and the cornerstone of prospective analysis in Washington, D.C. I'm truly delighted by your kindness, attention, and your continued support to my country over the last 6 years, and I would like to express all my gratitude to the Heritage Foundation for such valuable care in the promotion of Tunisia's peaceful revolution on both local and international political levels. I do sincerely consider the Heritage Foundation to be a key partner and our best advocate to the American administration for a higher level of cooperation and support. Ladies and gentlemen, the relationship between our two countries is quite unique and historical. Indeed, this friendship was actually sealed by a treaty signed in May 1797 by one of the founding fathers of this country, President John Adams, and the King of Tunisia, Ali Bashar Bey. We have continued this friendship of mutual respect and shared values for 220 years now. As I'm sure you know, Tunisia, which is located in the heart of the Mediterranean Sea, at the crossroads between Africa, Europe, and the Middle East, has hosted a number of civilizations, cultures, and religions, and has always been known to be a land of tolerance. Though the Muslim faith is the predominant religion in the country, Tunisia has always been a safe haven to the Jewish community who continue to be part of our country, which has hosted the famous Ghriba pilgrimage for the past 1,000 years. Tunisia also gave birth to St. Augustine, the father of Catholicism, and hosts a number of Catholic and Protestant churches. In 1861, Tunisia, not forgetting its progressive history, put in place a constitution offering equal rights to all citizens regardless of ethnic backgrounds or religion affiliation. In January 2011, Tunisian people, keeping in character with their modernist ancestors, staged a peaceful and civilized revolution. I'm proud to say that through dialogue, understanding, and acceptance of diverse political views, Tunisia is now a full-fledged democracy and a true success story. It is also thanks to exceptional efforts, hard work, and a huge sense of compromise that a new constitution was voted in January 2014 and adopted by a majority in the National Constituent Assembly. The new constitution is based on the secular conduct of our political affairs and universal values, and empowers all aspects of freedom and democratic standards. However, we feel that our new democracy can be seriously challenged if our economy fails to respond to economic expectations. As a consequence of the lack of sustainable economic growth, unemployment remains a major concern, especially for our young, educated population. Such a precarious situation can make many youth hopeless, which lead them to be vulnerable and easy targets for enrollment into terrorist organizations. Ladies and gentlemen, the current situation in Libya is extremely volatile and makes our situation even more precarious and complicated. Our country, famously known to be one of the safest places in the world, has been hit in 2015 by terrorist attacks, which have badly impacted our economy. As a result, Tunisia has no option but to firmly react and stand up for our choice of democracy. We have devised a strategy and put in place a number of measures to fight extremism and to fight terrorism, including a very ambitious program to stop the radicalization of our youth. And I am pleased to confirm that this strategy is showing very encouraging results. In addition, we have managed to destroy most of the financial supports of the terrorist networks with massive crackdowns on their illegal sources of income, mainly coming from border smuggling. We all know that terrorism is a plague to which no country is immune. The recent tragic events in Europe have unfortunately illustrated the terrible expansion of this phenomenon. And all
Here's McCain. Hey, Senator.
Right away? You want to cancel the question?
It is now my pleasure to introduce our final speaker. I will keep this brief not only because he's already on the stage, but we're also anxious to hear his comments, and most of us are familiar with his and grateful for his illustrious career. Senator John McCain has represented Arizona since 1982, first as a member of the House of Representatives and then as a senator. He is currently the chairman of the Senate Armed Services Committee. During his tenure in Congress, he has been a stalwart advocate for strong American leadership on the world stage and a vigorous proponent of the cause of democracy that we've had such a vigorous discussion of here today. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming for the final remarks to the stage the senior senator from Arizona, a longtime friend of the Heritage Foundation, and a great
Well, thank you for that kind introduction. It's great to be back here at Heritage with old friends and old enemies. I'm glad to be with you. And I want to, again, thank you for all the wonderful work that you have done for people like me. You've given us guidance, you've given us information, you have given us occasionally tongue lashing, which maybe you probably deserved. But this is a unique institution, and I'm always pleased and honored to come here to be part of the dialogue and discussion. And it's especially a pleasure for me to be here to talk about one of my favorite countries in all the world, and that's Tunisia. You know, if you want a delightful evening, go to Tunisia, go to a restaurant on the water, have the wonderful food, have the enjoyment that a dinner with the people who are friendly. I mean, it is just a great experience that anybody could have. And far more important than that, although that may be the most important thing. But anyway, the fact that Tunisia is struggling but winning. In many other places in the world where people are struggling and losing. And that has a lot to do with Youssef Chahed and the team that he has surrounded himself with. So I'm very honored, and I'm honored that Heritage Foundation recognizes the remarkable progress over the last 6 years. And it gives me